Who knows? He might have an anxiety attack. We don't know. And that's what makes it so interesting. You know, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Boxing's about to witness a bloodbath that'll make previous wars look like playground fights. That press conference between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. It wasn't just heated. It was a powder keg that finally exploded. When Garcia unleashed that primal scream, "I will tear you apart," everyone knew. This isn't just business anymore. This is pure, unadulterated hatred.
Bring on Rolly. You know, he part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I didn't get my get back. I'm gonna beat Rolly, and we're gonna have that.
Come May 2025, Times Square's lights won't be bright enough to overshadow the violence about to unfold. At stake, more than just the WBA welterweight crown. It's about proving who's the real deal and who's the pretender. Garcia's fighting with the desperation of a man whose reputation hangs by a thread, while Romero's on a mission to expose what he calls Instagram's favorite boxer as nothing but a pretty face with glass jaw. That press conference, it didn't just cross lines, it obliterated them. Garcia's mask of composure shattered, revealing something darker, something primal. This wasn't your typical WWE-style promotion. This was a man possessed by demons of rage. The look in his eyes, pure murderous intent.
Is a tremendous fighter. He's a tremendous fighter. The only people he cannot be happens to be myself, Gervonta Davis, and depression. So,
When these two finally clash, forget everything you know about boxing. This will be sanctioned savagery. Garcia isn't just another champion. He's a ticking time bomb wrapped in designer clothes. His rise wasn't gradual. It was a meteor strike that left the boxing world stunned. With 24 wins, 1 loss, and 20 souls collected via knockout, he's built his legacy on sending opponents to dreamland with that lethal left hook. But here's where it gets ugly. His perfect story has some dark chapters. That Haney fight in April 2024. It was supposed to be his coronation, his moment of vindication. He fought like a man possessed, even put Haney on the canvas. Then came those test results, and everything changed. That golden boy image shattered when Osterine showed up in Garcia's system. Sure, he screamed conspiracy, threw money at lawyers, and played the victim card. But the truth hit harder than his left hook. 1 year suspension, his victory erased, and his legacy tainted forever. The poster boy of boxing became the poster child for everything wrong with the sport. Now he's crawling back into the spotlight, not with humility, but with raw, unhinged fury. This isn't about redemption anymore. It's about vengeance. That explosion at Romero, that wasn't just anger. That was a man who's been burning in his own personal hell, ready to drag someone down with him. Enter Rolly Romero, boxing's favorite chaos merchant. He's everything the sport's elite hate. Crude, unorthodox, and dangerously unpredictable. 16 wins, 2 losses, and 13 bodies left in his wake. He's not here to play nice. He's here to break both bones and spirits. But karma's got a mean right hook. Just ask Isaac Pitbull Cruz. May 2023, Romero didn't just lose. He got his soul snatched from his body. The kind of knockout that makes retirement look attractive. But Romero, he turned that humiliation into fuel. By September 2024, he wasn't just back. He was reborn. That unanimous decision over Manuel James wasn't pretty, but it was a statement. The clown prince of boxing had finally learned to play chess instead of checkers. Now he's standing across from Garcia, grinning like a demon who just found his next victim. That press conference, classic psychological warfare. Every laugh, every smirk, calculated to push Garcia over the edge. And by the looks of it, Romero's already living rent-free in Garcia's head. 2 careers, 2 reputations. One night that'll end in either redemption or ruin. Once that bell rings, all the talk stops, and the real violence begins. What went down at that press conference wasn't just another boxing promo. It was a glimpse into pure, unscripted hatred. The tension in that room wasn't just thick, it was suffocating. Before a single word was thrown, you could smell the bad blood. The moment these two locked eyes, everyone knew. This wasn't going to be your typical media circus. Then all hell broke loose. The transformation happened in an instant. Garcia rose from his chair, trembling not with fear, but with murderous intent. His face wasn't just red. It was a mask of pure hatred, veins throbbing like live wires under his skin. Then came the explosion no one saw coming. "I will tear you apart." The room didn't just react. It convulsed. Journalists who'd seen it all sat there stunned, witnessing the Golden Boy's facade crumble into something darker, more primitive. This wasn't the media-trained pretty boy anymore. This was a predator ready to pounce. And Romero, he orchestrated this symphony of chaos like a maestro. While Garcia imploded, Romero lounged there, wearing a smile that could cut glass. His response, pure psychological poison. "Relax, TikTok boy. You ain't built for this." Those words lit the fuse. Garcia exploded forward, like a caged animal finally unleashed. Security guards earned their pay that day, barely containing the storm as chairs went flying and chaos reigned. Garcia's rage echoed off the walls, while Romero's laughter cut through it all. A scene straight from boxing's darkest theater. This wasn't just crossing lines. This was scorching earth. Now the boxing world holds its breath. Did Romero just play chess while Garcia played checkers? Or did he just poke a sleeping lion that's about to make him its prey? May 2025 will write this story in blood. What unfolded that day wasn't just another chapter in boxing's book of grudges. This was raw, primal hatred erupting through the thin veneer of professional sport. The tension didn't just fill the room. It owned it. Two predators sized each other up across a table while cameras feasted on the inevitable carnage. The moment word started flying, everyone knew. This wasn't promotion. This was preparation for war. Then came the moment that changed everything. Garcia rose, a man possessed, every muscle in his body screaming for violence. His face wasn't just angry. It was transformed by rage. Every vein a road map to the fury within. Then it happened, the explosion that would echo through boxing history. "I will tear you apart." Here's the rewritten version with heightened intensity. The room didn't just erupt. It imploded. The collective gasp was the sound of everyone realizing they weren't watching a press conference anymore. They were witnessing a man's sanity snap in real time. This wasn't the Instagram-perfect Garcia anymore. This was raw, primal fury in designer clothes. And Romero, he basked in the chaos like a demon in hellfire. While Garcia's rage filled the room, Romero lounged back, a predator's smirk playing on his lips. Each shake of his head was another twist of the knife. Then came the kill shot, delivered with surgical precision. "Relax, TikTok boy. You ain't built for this." The dam broke. Garcia launched himself across the table like a missile seeking blood. Security guards earned their year's salary in 30 seconds of pure mayhem. While chairs clattered and curses flew, Garcia's fury clashed with Romero's laughter, a symphony of controlled chaos. The line between promotion and bloodlust? Obliterated. Now the real question hangs like a guillotine. Did Romero just masterfully manipulate his prey? Or did he just wake something dark that'll haunt his nightmares? May 2025 will write this answer in blood. Press conferences in boxing aren't media events. They're psychological warfare disguised as promotion. And what transpired between Garcia and Romero? Pure, unfiltered savagery that exposed their souls. Garcia's explosion wasn't just anger. It was months of humiliation and rage finally finding its release valve. That "I will tear you apart" wasn't just a threat. It was a promise written in venom. But in losing his composure, did he lose the war before the first punch? In the blood sport of boxing, composure kills more opponents than power. Garcia, the golden boy turned fallen angel, served his head on a platter to Romero's mind games. Romero, he conducted this orchestra of chaos, like a maestro of manipulation. Every move calculated, every smirk weaponized. While Garcia burned, Romero froze. The message was clear as a knife to the throat. You're a boy playing a man's game. This was psychological assassination, executed with surgical precision. But when the lights go down and the real violence begins, will this mental edge translate to physical dominance? Don't mistake Garcia's rage for weakness. It could be rocket fuel for revenge. Pure hatred has turned good fighters into legends before. If Garcia can harness this darkness, Romero might have just created his own destroyer. We've seen it. When revenge meets skill, bodies hit canvas. If Garcia fights with controlled fury instead of blind rage, Romero's smirk might freeze on his face permanently. But if rage blinds him, Romero's not just a talker. He's a snake waiting to strike. One reckless move, one emotional mistake, and Garcia could wake up staring at ceiling lights. Romero's power isn't hype. It's the kind that turns lights out permanently. Romero's already carved his first victory in the battlefield of minds. The game changes when a fighter owns the psychological edge before the first bell. If Garcia can't evict Romero's taunts from his skull, his million-dollar skills might turn to pennies in the ring. That press conference wasn't just theater. It was prophecy. The burning question lingers like in smoke. Was Garcia's eruption the roar of a lion, or the death rattle of a wounded ego? If he alchemizes that fury into focused violence, Romero might taste canvas and crow. But if emotion blinds him, he's walking straight into a butcher's shop. One truth stands naked: this isn't sport anymore. It's blood vendetta. And when hatred meets leather, careers end. The boxing world split wide open over Garcia versus Romero. The La Joyas throwing gasoline on the fire, declaring this the most special night of boxing in the history of the sport. A claim that's either prophecy or pure delusion. The analysts, they're as divided as church and state. Half see Garcia's speed as salvation, while others bet Romero's mind games and Street Fighter style will turn the golden boy into damaged goods. Social media's become a war zone since that press conference exploded. Reddit's lighting up like a powder keg, with keyboard warriors picking sides and placing bets. The unexpected matchups got fight fans foaming at the mouth, especially after watching Romero play puppet master with Garcia's emotions. This isn't just going viral, it's becoming boxing's latest fever dream. That press conference didn't just promote a fight, it sparked a wildfire. With both men ready to spill blood for pride, this isn't just another payday. It's trial by combat. The boxing world's holding its breath, waiting to see who survives this collision of egos and fists. Got thoughts on who's leaving the ring vertical? Drop your predictions below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and keep those notifications on. You won't want to miss a single update as we count down to this modern-day gladiator war. Stay locked in for all the details on catching this carnage live.